Hi there, this is Anna. I'm actually doing a new study playbook on earnings. So what I have here is currently what I had traded. So I have put credit spread. Most of them are put credit spread. Okay, so they're normally like 2 weeks before the earnings, and then I would get out at a date of the earnings, and I should be putting the earnings in here. So expiration, strategy, and then earnings date. So insert earnings date. That's what I'm missing. So what's going to happen is that, I want to make sure that I'm out of the trade. Okay, once the earning is it's going to be posted, because it tends to kind of either not move or don't move. But the point is that if I'm up 50%, I'm out. Okay, if I'm losing 50% on a trade, I'm out. Easy. That's it. So far, what I had here, ABB is actually still going. I didn't put that in there, but this is what I have. I'm starting with 2,000 capital. This is a small account, and what I'm doing is replenishing every time I exit the trade. So if we have anything going on for next week or a week after, 2 weeks from now, and have this thing going, then that's going to be going on for a while until I exit the trade. And this is different from every other management of risk management and stuff like that. Because since this names and ticker symbols are already have a 70% win out of 100, or 75% win, 7 out of 10 that they would win, then there's like profitability that probably it would make money at that time. But what I care about, I don't have to make a home run for everything of all the credits that I'm getting. What I care about is to run up to 50% and I'm out. Okay, that makes it less risk on the trade than waiting for the actual expiration. Sure, you can definitely get there. Okay, so you can get all the credits in there. Especially on car, it's 180 where it's at right now, and I still have these days. I can definitely collect all of that money until then, until the earnings date where it's still above it. Then definitely that would be a good ideal, but I probably would just take 75%. So like I said, between 50% and 75% off of the credit received. That's what I'm aiming for. Okay, so this is going to be replenished every time I exit the trade. So after I exit 2 of these names, I probably get another one. So that would be that. That way, I have a multiple, entries and exit, and it's not like just only one account on whatever is happening. Okay, because the more if you are more like you have 2 in here in different category and things like that, it'll work out better. If it's just on like just 3 of them, and you have 3 and 3 and 3 on that, then it's more like, oh my God, I'm losing money there. That means if I have like everything everywhere, then if I lost money here, then I still have this thing going. So stuff like that is very important. So I kind of spread it out the way it is. Like I said, if I'm done with this trade here, I'm looking for another trade for the next week that have 2 weeks expiration, and probably the earnings date is going to be a week from today, and I would exit like 5 days or even a day of earnings, or 3 days after, or 3 days before the earnings, 2 days before the earnings, 1 day before the earnings. What I don't want to do is run into a risk that, the stock would plummet at that time or something like that. So that's what I don't want to do. Now, we'll see what's going to happen. And I would post another YouTube video on this on the weekends and see what I did. As this is like a small capital account. Anybody can have like 2 grand in trying to, replenish trade, things like that. This is how I'm doing it, just because I wanted to see how this really works. I think it works. It's just you need an actual data that, you know, it works in the past. You have a historical trade. You have something that this worked before. So 7 out of 10, that's a good probability that this would win. So that's what I'm looking for. And I'm just sharing with you what I got, and I'm excited about it. We'll talk later. And as always, I still have, you know, my ongoing craziness with futures. I love futures. I only did one trade today, and that's long. I look for W pattern and pattern, and that's what I'm kind of aiming at every day of trading. So anyway, we'll talk later. Thanks. Bye.